Today on the Daily Scoop podcast from the Scoop News Group, DOGE gains access to immigration systems, and a bill to codify AI research at NSF is rebooted. It's Thursday, April 3rd, 2025. Welcome to the Daily Scoop podcast, where you'll hear the latest news and trends facing government leaders. I'm the host of the Daily Scoop podcast, Billy Mitchell. Thanks so much for joining me. Here are today's top headlines. Members of Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency now have access to technical systems maintained by the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, according to a recent memo viewed by FedScoop. That memo, which was sent from and digitally signed by USCIS Chief Information Officer William McElhaney, states that Kyle Shutt, Edward Coristine, Aram, Mogahaddassi, and Payton Rehling were granted access to USCIS systems and data repositories, and that a Department of Homeland Security review was required to determine whether that access should continue. At 19 years old, Coristine is one of the more polarizing members of DOGE. He previously went by the moniker Big Balls and provided assistance to a cybercrime ring through a company he operated while he was in high school, according to other news outlets. Coristine worked for a short period at Neuralink, Musk's brain implant company, and was previously stationed by DOGE at the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency. The memo, dated March 28, asks DHS Deputy Secretary Troy Edgar to have his office review and provide direction from the four DOGE men regarding their access to the agency's data lake, called USCIS Data Business Intelligence Services, as well as two associated enabling technologies, Databricks and GitHub. The document says DHS CIO Antoine McCord and Michael Weissman, the agency's chief data officer, asked USCIS to enable Shutt and Coristine's access to the USCIS data lake in mid-March, and Mogahaddassi requested similar access days later. In other news, a bipartisan bill to fully establish a National Science Foundation-based resource aimed at providing essential tools for AI research to academics, nonprofits, small businesses, and others was reintroduced in the House last week. Under the Creating Resources for Every American to Experiment with Artificial Intelligence or Create AI Act of 2025, a full-scale national AI research resource would be codified at NSF. While that resource currently exists in pilot form, legislation authorizing the NAIRR is needed to continue that work. Representative Jay Obernolte, a Republican of California who sponsors the bill, said in a written statement announcing the reintroduction, quote, "By empowering students, universities, startups, and small businesses to participate in the future of AI, we can drive innovation, strengthen our workforce, and ensure that American leadership in this critical field is broad-based and secure." The NAIRR pilot, as it stands, is a collection of resources from the public and private sectors, such as computing power, storage, AI models, and data, that are made available to those researching AI to make the process of accessing those types of tools easier. Often it's referred to as a way of democratizing access to those resources. A pilot version of that resource was first recommended in 2023 by a task force studying a potential future NAIRR and was eventually launched under former President Joe Biden's AI executive order. Despite President Donald Trump's rescission of that order in January, an NSF spokesman confirmed to FedScoop that the NAIRR pilot is still in effect. For more news at the intersection of the federal government and technology, make sure to visit fedscoop.com. The Daily Scoop podcast is available on all podcast platforms. If you've already rated the podcast on your platform of choice, thanks so much. High ratings and good reviews of the show help more people find it. The Daily Scoop podcast is a production of the Scoop News Group in Washington, D.C. Adam Butler and Carlin Fisher help put the show together, and the entire Scoop News Group team contributes. We'll be back next week with brand new episodes. Until then, I'm your host, Billy Mitchell. Thanks so much for listening.